Hello everybody, this is Ranim from Train Me Training Center. Today we'll be talking about one of the fastest growing and second largest cloud computing platform in the market right now, and that is Microsoft Azure. Let's talk about what we'll be covering in this video. First of all, why should you be interested in cloud computing, and what exactly is it? What is Microsoft Azure, and what are some of its services? Let's start with why you should be interested in cloud computing. Let's say you have an idea for a revolutionary application that checks both the boxes when it comes to good applications, that it provides great user experience and is highly profitable. Now, for it to be successful, you'll have to release it on the internet for people to use, and they need to spread the word so that it will become truly famous. For that, you're going to need servers, storage, developers, a dedicated network, and application security to ensure your application works the way it should. Now, there are a lot of components, and that's where the problem lies. There are two major disadvantages to this approach. First, the initial setup is very expensive and risky, so this requires a huge amount of capital upfront. Second, there is a huge amount of risk involved. If your application does not become famous and it doesn't return as much as you expect, or if it does become famous, your number of users have increased, which means that you'll have to buy more servers and storage systems to keep up with your demand. These problems can be solved with the help of cloud computing. Since we have discussed why you should be interested, let's discuss what cloud computing is. It is basically a platform that gives you access to a number of computing resources, and this is possible with the help of the internet. As a user, all you need to do is connect to a cloud service provider using your laptop or your computer via internet, and then you may have an access to computing resources, which may include servers, virtual machines, storage, and much more. Now let's dig a little deeper. Basically, these cloud service providers actually have massive data centers which consist of hundreds of servers, including storage systems and critical components for an organization. So these have to be very secure. In safe locations where a large amount of data can be stored, hence the name data centers. The users now connect to these data centers for different kinds of services based on their requirements. Based on those services, you choose how to pay. Mostly you only pay for the amount of time you are using it. Cloud computing is used for a wide variety of reasons. There's machine learning data and analysis. Basically, these are services that analyze your data and tell you how you can work with this data better. Azure is a cloud computing platform provided by Microsoft. It's an online portal through which you can access and manage resources, store data, and transform such data using its services. Let's elaborate further on the compute services. First of all, about virtual machines. With this service, you can create a virtual machine of Linux or Windows operating system, which is easily configurable. And that means you can add or remove virtual machines, RAM, or storage in a matter of seconds. Second, with cloud service, you can use an application within the cloud that is handled by them. That includes provisioning and balancing the application and ensuring that it is in good health, among other things. Next up is Service Fabric. It is the process of developing a microservice, which is an application that consists of smaller applications coupled together. Now, with these functions, you can create applications in any programming language that you want. Note that you don't have to worry about any hardware components that you require. Moving on, let's talk about how Azure can be used for application development, which can be any application. You can develop, test, and check how well it works, or host it on the internet and use compute resources, per your requirement as mentioned previously. What's more is, you can also integrate and sync features to it. To sum this up, you can see how the data that is stored in Azure data centers works, how the current data is, and how you can improve it. All this is possible with the services provided. It also helps you on how you can have infrastructure support from Azure, how to use virtual machines, add RAM, storage, etc., and more importantly, how you can host your application using cloud services.